Derek and Mary, my guest, Marie Hyland, has been playing the piano for decades, and she's willing to share her knowledge with so many students who would like to learn as well. So, Marie, welcome. And
Thank
how
you.
long have you been playing piano?
Oh my gracious, I think I started when I was about 5 because my mom, like many moms at that time, decided if you're 5 years old, it's time to start.
Well, that's terrific. And your parents, were they musical as well?
Well, they loved music. They hadn't had any formal training, but they decided when they had me, I'd be the one.
Well, that's great. And then I think you told me that you started teaching at a young age.
Yes, at 16, actually. And I had a teacher that had quite a few very young students and they just needed extra tutoring, and asked me if I would do it, and I said sure, and I loved it. And then my mom found out what I was doing, or knew what I was doing, and said to the neighbors, look at this, she said, my daughter's doing some tutoring, and she's teaching piano. And then all of a sudden, the neighbors started calling and wanted me to teach their
Their
children.
little children.
And so I started.
That's really incredible. And then you have a very musical family yourself now. So you have children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So tell us about that. How many children do you have?
Well, we have 6, and they're all musical, of course.
And did you teach them, or did you have someone else?
No, I wouldn't try teaching my own. I sent them to another teacher. They took piano, and then our oldest son became a drummer. And because my husband was a jazz pianist, he started playing when he got older with my husband in his group. And then our second son, David, took clarinet. And so he played in the group as well. And the others all decided to go from piano to other instruments. But they were the ones that sort of went to guitar and that kind of thing.
And I just attended a recital with you 2 days ago with my children and all 3 of them who are students of yours, and my husband. And I thought it was wonderful that one of the recital students was your great-granddaughter.
Oh, yes. Well, I have 13 great-grandchildren.
That's incredible.
So I'm only teaching one, however. And it was really good to have a recital for children. It's especially nice because it was in your home.
So how does it feel when you teach someone like your grandchild?
Well, it's a whole different feeling than teaching your own. I wouldn't even try with my own. I didn't even try with my grandchildren. They went to different teachers. But with my great-grandchildren, we can have that student-teacher relationship, and it works.
Oh, that's really terrific. So why do you teach piano lessons?
Oh, it's my life. I love it. If you love music and you love kids, well, it's a win-win situation.
Well, kids really gravitate to you, so it makes a lot of sense. Have you ever given concerts or anything like that, or have you participated with your husband's band?
Actually, my husband, we do things separately that way. He's definitely I would say he's the musician in the family. He's still at 91, is gigging. He has gigs still. And actually, he had a mini stroke a couple of weeks ago, and it affected his right hand. Can you believe it?
Oh, so that makes a difference.
Well, let me tell you, that was just maybe 3 weeks ago, and he's all better. I mean,
modern medicine. It's incredible.
You know what did it? It was when he had to have some type of exercise for his right hand. They said therapy, and he went to the piano. And let me tell you, it worked.
The best therapy.
Yeah.
That's really wonderful. So you were from Chicago area, and you had a big band reunion, and it was written up about in the Chicago Tribune, which is a big deal. So what was that like, having all your musical friends get back together?
It was marvelous. It really was. And that's the first time we had seen, well, my husband had seen the fellows that he's played with, and they've all played with different, very famous people. And they got back, and you know something? Even though many of them were so much older now and walked more slowly, and some of them with canes, when they get up to play, that's all washed away, and it looks and sounds like they're in their 20s and 30s again.
Isn't that beautiful?
It really
music
is.
continues on.
It goes on forever.
Well, that's great. Well, and are you accepting students any longer, or do you have
No.
just a set group?
I have 12 right now, and that's what Bill says. That's my limit, he said. He thinks we should have more time together. It's about time. that we had
It's
some.
about time after 60 years, 70 years of lessons. Well, thank you so much. And Derek and Mary and our guests all should just love to go out and have piano lessons and hopefully be inspired by this, that you're never too young or too old to begin playing piano. Back to you, Mary and Derek.